Hey everybody, it is FaithHarper with Remax Northern Properties, and what a difference a night can make. It is Tuesday, January 26, 2021, and just when you thought things might settle down, we have a tornadic activity here right in my market. I work in the North Jefferson County market of Birmingham, Alabama, and we had some serious weather last night, and in fact, I have some clients who have listings in that particular area, and they are out of state, and I went by to check on their properties, and quite a bit of devastation. I'm gonna share some photos and some video of what I saw this morning. I was on the phone at about 3:30 this morning. There was one particular neighborhood that was hit that I had sold a home in several years back, and I just took the chance that he might be awake, and I texted him, and he and his wife are safe, but they've lost their home. I've sold several houses in and around this area, and a lot of damage. Fortunately, everybody was well. There's only one fatality that I'm aware of, but for those of you not that get my newsletter and maybe aren't in this immediate area, just wanted to share that on a personal note and to ask your prayers for these families. It's gonna be quite a bit of time and several days and weeks ahead of cleanup, I'm sure. Just the magnitude of the destructive power of wind, and that can topple trees. It's just remarkable. But and just with one of the observations, a couple of observations I wanted to leave with you, that are those of you that are homeowners, and that you may have experienced something like this before. Number one, always be cautious. And the roads that I was traveling on today, they were open, but there were quite a few downed power lines. I was trying to get to one particular home. I had some out of town sellers that we were supposed to meet today to look at a property they wanted to put on the market, and that particular home was in a neighborhood that was hit pretty hard. And so I was calling them. I didn't know if they had heard the news or whatever, but anyway, their home was actually intact, but I had some difficulty getting to it. But the street actually that you see behind me over my shoulder here is the street where their house was located. I had to miss this tree that was down and go around, but anyway, as you know, observations. Number one, be careful. I was not trying to be some kind of photo taker or whatever, but I was trying to get to 3 houses of people that I knew were out of state and couldn't put their eyeballs, on their own property. But very, there was a lot of police presence. I was very pleased to see that. A lot of fire and rescue folks were out on the highway supervising things, and things seemed to be well in hand. So be careful, take caution if you're in this circumstance and you're trying to get to, a property or loved ones or what have you. Number two, as a homeowner, this was another thing that was very eminently obvious to me. There were people, service providers, that were out giving quotes for tree removal and repair work and roof people and electrical people and plumbing people and all kinds of people with equipment and what have you. Be extremely cautious when you are dealing with service providers during times of inclement weather and natural disasters. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but there are people out there who would attempt to, scam you. And there were a lot of, obvious vehicles that were legitimately, they're scabbed with their, their marketing material or whatever, and people whose franchise names you recognize. But some of the vehicles and cars and automobile trucks that were out there, I had to wonder how legitimate they were in offering those services. But just take caution, make sure you're working with reputable people, and I just invite you to pray for those of us in North Jefferson County, particularly the homeowners that have suffered extreme loss. I know I've talked to several agents in my office today who have had clients that lost their homes. I know of 2 businesses that one that suffered extreme damage and one that looked like a total loss. So if you just will remember the North Jefferson community, Fultondale, Alabama in particular, that would be a great favor to me. But 2021 has been a tough year in different ways than 2020. But I just want to encourage you that we're going to get through it. We're gonna get through it, and when we demonstrate love to one another, that is the supreme ethic, and you can never go wrong with doing a good deed for your neighbor, and being kind and loving to those around you. So let's just remember to be patient and loving with one another, and I will look forward to talking with you soon. Have a great week.